you've ever stared at a blank page wondering what to draw, I have an idea for you today. This video is going to help you illustrate a Zodiac series, as you already have 12 built-in prompts waiting for you. The sign we're going to focus on today is Sagittarius. To start, my name is Jenny, and I love sharing what I know about art and astrology. Back in 2022, I created my first Zodiac illustrations. What I learned is drawing in series can really help you deeply explore a theme, discover your style, and show a potential client how you might approach a larger project. To begin any project, it always starts with research, and one of the most important things to know in a Zodiac series is the archetypes. These are personality traits given to each sign, which can help you brainstorm your visual. Sagittarius is known to be adventurous, fiery, truth-seeking, fearless, free-spirited, bold, philosophical, and optimistic. So how I often begin my character is by going to Pinterest or a stock site like Pexels and entering in a phrase with these same words like woman fearless pose to get the energy and vibe of the type of character, or woman archer. Or I'll put in things like free spirit hair to start getting ideas on the type of facial expressions and body language of these words. You can then use that to begin sketching ideas. Now let's move on to the symbols and colors you can use in your artwork. There are a lot of options, but some symbols instantly read as Sagittarius. The first one being the glyph. It's probably the strongest visual representation of the sign. The glyph is an arrow pointing upward, crossed by a line like an archer's bow. That upward angle symbolizes aiming toward higher truth and knowledge. I've used it here as a tattoo, but I also like using it as earrings, necklaces, or clothing patterns, so have fun experimenting with it. Sagittarius is a fire sign, so you could show literal flames, or you can bring in the idea of fire through warm tones like red, orange, or yellow. It's always nice to include things like stars and clouds or celestial elements. Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter, and Jupiter is often compared to Santa, jubilant, optimistic, and a very glass half full personality. Because of that positivity and joy, you might want to consider a happy smiling expression for your Sag character. As well, Jupiter is the great expander. It's the largest planet in our solar system, so you could show that Sag is like mental expansion through radiating lines or outward moving shapes in your art. Sagittarius is also associated with travel. They're the most on the go of the zodiac. Therefore, you might include a globe, suitcase, map lines, or even geo pin drops. Another very recognizable symbol of Sagittarius is the centaur, the archer aiming its bow and arrow. The centaur is half horse and half human. This represents Sagittarius' animalistic, free-spirited side, but the other half of them is the very human emotion side of feeling and thinking deeply. You can see the constellation of Sagittarius. It's quite a busy and tricky one to figure out. When doing research, there was no consistency. Sometimes it would have less, and sometimes it would have more stars. However, I landed on this one, and you can feel free to use it as a reference for your own version. The one visual thing you can remember on this constellation is that it has a teapot shape in it, which I like to associate with Sagittarius' thirst for knowledge. In regards to the chakras, Sagittarius, along with all the other fire signs, are associated with a spot on the upper abdomen representing power, confidence, and self-esteem. Sagittarius can also be associated with the crown chakra, as that is the chakra of higher spiritual thoughts. And finally, you can look to the Temperance Tarot card. It's ruled by Sagittarius and represents balancing the physical and spiritual worlds, something that's very on brand. I hope some of this symbolism sparks your creativity to start your own Zodiac series. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and happy creating!